Hello, hello, hello. It's coffee time again. We're doing the news. It's the news. Good news, everybody. Bank of England have raised interest rates again up to 4% in order to tackle inflation, and this is a high, 15-year high. Why does it keep going up? I don't like it. So yeah, this means that if you're on a tracker, a mortgage, or you're not on a fixed rate, you're gonna see your prices going up. And I don't know. I reckon that next month could go up another 0.25%. Yeah, so if you've got a £200,000 mortgage over 25 years, you will see your monthly repayments rise by £321. There you go. It's not good. It's not good. Because again, all the rates are rising and all the mortgage deals are, it's just not good. It's not good. I've got to find the story. I did find a. Where is it gone? It was here. It was here this morning. It was just good news, everybody. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, the interest rates go up, but it's really good that Shell annual profits have risen to £32 billion. It's good, isn't it? It's the company's highest profit in its 115-year history. Yeah. It's not bad going. You can see they've done a little infogram. Look at that. That's impressive, isn't it? Look at that. That just keeps on. We keep on giving. The energy industry. They say there's no money in it. I think maybe there is. But yeah, that's impressive profits, isn't it? But the only people really talking about this are Greenpeace and who's saying that they're profiteering from climate destruction. No one else is saying anything. Nothing from the Conservatives. Is there? No. Ed Miliband, remember him? He likes bacon sandwich. Says as British people face energy price hike of 40% in April, the government is letting the fossil fuel companies make bumper profits. Yeah, because they could implement a proper windfall tax, which would be nice. I think there was didn't Esso announce? Yeah, Esso announced their profits on 2 days ago. When was that? Tuesday. And oh no, not Esso. Exxon that was the American company. But I thought Esso posted theirs. Or was it BP? I can't remember. But yeah, the prices aren't coming down. Ping! They're just going up. Up and up and up and up. Isn't that good? What else have we got? How to say your favourite wine? Really? Yeah. Apparently, people have been searching pronunciation guidance on Google, according to new research from language learning platform Preply, because you're not saying it Preply. They're not even saying Preply. I mean Preply. I'm confused. But yeah. See, we got some 20 commonly mispronounced wine names and how to say them. So you say Pinot Noir. Yeah. Rioja. Not Rioja, it's Rioja. Sauvignon Blanc. Not blank. As the C. The last, you note that off. Cabernet Sauvignon is pronounced Cabernet Sauvignon. Pinot Grigio. Champagne. Everyone can do that one. I can say all these. Gewürztraminer. See? Easy. Tempranillo. You've got to get a yo at the end. It's more of a yo. I can't get a yo in. But there, how to say wine names. Because people are stupid. Meanwhile, this is BBC Radio 2 are losing listeners, hemorrhaging listeners, because all the old disc jockeys have gone, replaced by new ones, and they're not playing 60s and 70s music anymore. So, right, the Welsh Rugby Union have decided to ban the song Delilah. Yeah. Because, the Tom Jones song, Why, Delilah, it's not a happy song. It's one of those death songs that you used to get, in the 60s. But they reckon, on that lyric, they hook on the chorus, which is a sing-along. But here are some rugby fans singing. There you go, that is a stock image. But yeah, I reckon defiant rugby fans are just going to carry on. Indeed. Player Louis Rees-Zammit said, "You try stopping 50,000 people from singing." Indeed. I mean, again, there are a lot of songs. There are a lot of songs that people like and people sing that have, negative themes, connotations, don't they? But what can you do about it? But again, people, I don't think Delilah is the cause for toxic masculinity and domestic violence in this world. Ah, dear. I don't know. What else have we got? Meanwhile, the number of kids hospitalised by vaping quadruples in a year. Yeah, apparently. 32 instances of under 18s needing medical treatment for e-cigarette related ailments recorded in 2022. And that was up from 8 just the year before. Look, and this is the proportion of those who smoke e-cigarettes. 11 to 15 year olds. And another graphic. It's just really, it's not really a health disaster. Is it? It's not really no, not really. Meanwhile, we're going to Goa and the town of Margao. And the curious story of Deepak Balakrishnan Candy. Yeah, it turns out, we've got a picture of him. Here he is. He was picked up by the police. Right. He was staying in a hotel in the Old Station Road on Tuesday night. Right. It turns out, right, that the 36-year-old from India, he'd already previously been declared dead and cremated. Yeah, they reckon in a case of mistaken identity, he's not dead, he's alive. But yeah, so they did a DNA test on samples of the remains, and it weren't him. But yeah, they found him. There you go. So there you go. He's not dead. He's just they updated his condition to crispy. So yeah. Meanwhile, the show Love It or List It on Channel 4. I only watch Channel 4 for Grand Designs, and I've not been watching that recently because we've been watching The White Lotus, haven't we, missus? But yeah, people who were watching Love It and List It. It's a show where I think that is it one of those ones where you can redecorate your house, or you put it on up for sale on the market. I don't know. It's a stupid idea for a program. That's why I don't watch it. But here they are. This was the couple. This was Jabs and his wife Sarah from Cheshire. Here they are, right? And they didn't know whether to stay or should they go. And here's some pictures of their house. It's all right. It's not that bad. But yeah, viewers watching it and enjoying the show like you do. And what happened, right, is they turned up in the advert break. Yeah, for an advert for Lookers. Yeah. I think it's got to be a first, isn't it? Where family on one of these shows actually appears in the advert break as well. Talk about being wanting TV exposure. Very, very, very good. Meanwhile, Dishy Rishi has released a new video to mark his first 100 days in power. Here it is. Look at it. Dun, dun. Oh. Are we picking that up? There he is. He's a man of action. People have compared it to a Tom Cruise action movie. Can you believe it? But what has he done in the last 100 days? Not a lot. Not a lot. Meanwhile, on a train, this is the train travelling from London Paddington to Penzance. There was a whisper fight where some women arguing were told off by another woman who basically told them to hush up. Right? This is a quiet carriage. Shh! Don't make a noise. Whisper argument, everyone. Meanwhile, in Australia, they're removing the Queen and Charlie's face from their notes. They've got some new notes coming out, and they're not including them. Yeah, new $5 banknotes coming out. No monarchy. Shocking, isn't it? Shocking. I don't think they have to have the monarchy on there, can they? I thought they'd have Paul Hogan. Wouldn't they have Paul Hogan on there? I thought he'd be like on their notes. Paul Hogan and that was it Mrs. Mangle and then that. Well, I've lost the Australian contingent. They've all switched off in a huff now. So yeah. What else have we got here? Meanwhile, Mayor Khan was heckled because he's pushing the ULEZ expansion. That's the ultra low emission zone, which will cost people without certain cars, i.e. older cars, you'll have to pay £12.50 a day. It's actually creeping out here. I mean, we're going to be on the edge of it, but it makes us going anywhere really difficult because roads intersect through the ULEZ zone. One of my issues is we are within the M25, London Transport, LRT, and the Mayor of London's grasp actually comes out here because he has control over London Transport and all these things, but we don't get a chance to actually vote for him or against him. So that's democracy, Darren. Thanks for playing. This is why it's all wrong. But yeah, he was I guess having a chat, and he was heckled. Angie Donnelly, a 58-year-old lorry driver, she got up and they escorted her out. She goes, "You're not a people person, you're a con man." She spoke for many of us there. I'm done. But they escorted her out. Isn't that terrible? Obviously a bit scared. Yeah, he was heckled. Yeah, because he was doing a little talk about the cost of living crisis, This is the joke, right? They talk about the cost of living crisis, and he introduces this. And again, if you want to go into central London, you've got to pay the congestion charge. I don't even know how much that is. So before you've left your house, you've spent well over, I'd imagine, in the region of 25 quid before you've left the house. Bonkers. Bonkers. But there you go. Court news. This is the story of Naomi Pickwick. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks a bit of all right. Looks a bit of all right, but no, she's the wrong side of crazy, I'm afraid. Wrong side of crazy. She was arrested last October after she used 2 kitchen knives to hammer on her boyfriend Dominic Barber's bedroom door as she stood outside with no clothes in the communal hallway of his house. So, can you imagine being the police turning up and you find a naked woman with 2 knives? In America, they would have probably shot her dead. But why? Why do you think? Why do you think that the argument at the property in Warrington, Cheshire? Why do you think? What happened? Was he caught cheating? You know, maybe I don't know. Said something untoward about her appearance. No. Do you know why? They were arguing about hogging the bed. Yes, and he threw her out. I think he threw her out because she, he threw her out because she got the knives, I'd imagine. Well, she got done. She got done. She was ordered to pay him £100 damages for breaking his door. Yeah, and ordered to pay £200 costs. A judge accused Barber, that's the boyfriend, of being abusive, but said Pickwick had played a part in this too. The violent bust-up occurred on October the 22nd last year after the couple, who had been in a relationship for 20 months, had been drinking gin and tonic at home. Know what I say? Gin, mother's ruin, innit? Mother's ruin. Mr. Barber said he was watching some TV and went to bed, but Naomi was not happy with the amount of space I was taking. It was about 4 a.m. She was arguing, saying I had too much of the bed. After that, I was kicked, I was pushed, shouted at, sworn at, and my hair pulled. I attempted to escort her out of the room. It's a shared house, and there are 8 other tenants. She was not clothed, but I put her out of the room because she was being aggressive and locked the door. I had no idea what she would do. But yeah, she had 2 bread knives in her hand. I mean, there's a picture. So yeah, don't hog the bed. I think is that the lesson? Don't hog the bed. I'm not sure. Good news, everybody. The Animal and Plant Health Agency, that's AFA, right, found avian flu in 9 foxes and otters in the UK. Oh, that's interesting, because in the last fortnight, I've seen, that's 2 weeks, I've seen 5 dead foxes just laid out. So maybe avian flu's coming via the foxes, but I reckon it could spill over into humans. Could bird flu be on the brink of jumping to humans? Oh no, that's something else to worry about. More court news. This is Billy Morgan from Southampton. I don't know, bit of alright? No, don't know about that. But again, another one on the wrong side of crazy. What was she up before the beak for? Well, the mother of 3 from Southampton pled guilty to 1 count of revenge porn. Yeah, and unrelated charges to stealing at Portsmouth Magistrate Court. She posted pictures of her, was it a naked ex, because he apparently owed her money for cocaine. Yeah, she posted an explicit photo of him in the shower on Snapchat because he owed her £80 because she'd given him some cocaine and he'd never paid her back. What a great relationship there. She's been ordered to carry out 200 hours of unpaid work after admitting revenge porn. I just don't do it. But she also admitted stealing £140 worth of meat from M&S. But she didn't face any drugs charges. She was also ordered to pay £250 to cover court costs and compensation to Marks and Spencers. So there's 2 cases of meat going awry. Yeah, man meat, a Marks and Spencers meat. This isn't any old meat. This is Marks and Spencers. Ay, 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 ay. Have we got anything else? Here we go. This is Norman's Cafe in North London, and they're serving up favourite childhood meals. Okay. I don't even know what this is. I'm just looking at this in utter bemusement. This is cod roe and frazzles. Okay, that's some. I've never seen cod roe cooked like that, but there you go. Yeah, and this is the cafe itself. So you know where to avoid. What else have they got on the menu? Have they got anything else they've got? Yeah, that's one of their cod roe and frazzles. That's what they've been serving. I mean, I usually have it with some toast, some vinegar, some pepper. Yeah, quite bizarre. Oh, we've got some Photoshop fouls. Okay, I'm game. Should we have a look? I don't know. Looks quite realistic, doesn't it? What do you think? But if I just move the photo, if you just move it, if you look at the shadow gives it away, doesn't it? What else have we got? Yeah, hourglass figure, but everything looks. Look. She needed to adapt that. That's the real person there. I don't even know what that's going on. He's tried to Photoshop a dance board onto his body, but yeah. Really bad sunglasses. Christmas tree pancake, but if you look at the waffle iron, it's standard. There's no, these Photoshop files are indeed really bad. It doesn't look like a real person. This was advertised in Gems corsets as a Gems corset, but I like the ear. I like the way the ear. I think these are very good. Whoever's got the job need a promotion at that advertising agency. Yeah, I've seen worse. I have seen worse. Funny enough. What else have we got? This is the worst bit. Looking for stories, isn't it? Oh yeah, this is a terrible thing. This is the story of Joseph Ward. What we're going to do is we'll just wait for the clip to spin round. This happened on the 23rd of June last year. He's being stopped by the traffic police on a motorbike, and he reverses straight bang into the police officer. And this was, like I said, this is Joseph Ward, who's 24. This is what he looks like. Yeah, decided he was going to try and flee the police by ramming them and then scooting off. But he's been jailed for 4 years. The police officer Tony McGovern was left with injuries to his legs, shoulder and back. I mean, crikey. What some people like, eh? Meanwhile, should we go to Ukraine? Oh. Don't think we've got the we haven't got the footage of it. Oh, that's a shame. Where's the video? I took the video down. That's a shame. But I don't know if they've got the actual... No, they haven't got the footage. But anyway, we have a still image. When I checked this earlier, there was moving footage, but I guess they've taken it down. This is a Russian tank commander, right, in Ukraine. Right, he swings his turret round and knocks everyone off the top of the other military vehicle. Yeah. As you can see, they're all scattered on the floor now, where he's knocked them off. Ukraine don't need to fight. Just let the Russians take each other out. Yeah, just. Meanwhile, talking of Ukraine, I was on eBay and I was thinking of getting one of these. You can get the Vladimir Zelensky action figure. Who's up for that, eh? Look at that. It's quite realistic, isn't it? What do you reckon? You want one of those? I'll have to put a linky. But be very careful. Be very careful what you buy online. Because Andrew Sharp, right, he got delivery from Amazon. Here he is. He's looking really pleased with himself. But he wasn't pleased when he opened the box, because it wasn't the order that he wanted. He was expecting a food hamper. But when he opened the package, it was packed with sex toys. And then 5 days later, a second package arrived, filled with even more sex toys. But that time, he happened to open it in front of his girlfriend. He said, I couldn't believe it. It was really X-rated stuff. My partner of 5 years was next to me with a face like thunder. Then her kids came in, and I had to plead my innocence. It's the second box with my name and address on. Even went to my neighbours originally, which could have proved very embarrassing. But yeah, apparently it was 200 quid's worth of sensual aids. Some were remote controlled and vibrating. Really. But yeah, I mean, when he contacted Amazon, they said you could keep them, or but Amazon believes he fell victim to what's known as brushing, where sellers send out unsolicited orders to random addresses in order to boost sales and to post fake glowing reviews online. So there you go, and there he is. He's got, honestly, I didn't order the luxury penis pump. Really? Reminds me of that bit in Austin Powers. Really? Come on. I think he's not been honest. I think he's just saying. Imagine that, and he's had to go to the Sun. Yeah. Meanwhile, have you ever lost something? Have you ever lost any radioactive material? Yeah, this is a story of some radioactive material that got lost in the Australian outback for more than 2 weeks. Yeah, it fell from a secure device on a truck that was travelling from a Rio Tinto mine site in the Pilbara region of Western Australia to Perth, and was found south of the town of Newman. But yeah, it caused a major kerfuffle, with a 20-metre exclusion zone was established, because it was a 1,400-kilometre journey from Perth to its destination. And the problem is the capsule was 8mm by 6mm in size. They literally were looking for a needle in a haystack. It was tiny. There you go. So be very careful when you've got radioactive material. Don't drop it. Don't drop it, you know. Meanwhile, we're off to Alabama. Oh, Alabama. Anyway, well, I was just going to start singing. This is on Interstate 10 in Mobile, Alabama. Right, Mobile. Wasn't a Mobile gas station, but yeah, the police department revealed. Mobile Police Department revealed that customers at a gas station on Interstate 10 in Mobile found a dismembered penis. Yeah. Here it is. Not the penis, but the parking lot of the gas station in Alabama. And you're thinking, but how? How did somebody just drop it? Was it missing? You know, did it run away from its owner? No, the police actually revealed that they reckon it belonged to Christopher Means. And what happened to him? He was a 29-year-old motorcyclist, and he was involved in a crash where he was hit by multiple vehicles, and they reckon he was eviscerated. And that's how his penis ended up at the petrol station. Yeah, because I only mean it filling up, doesn't it? But yeah, multiple people hit him, but only one person stopped to help him. There you go. So there you go. That's yes. Okay. Who wants to play the game? Do you want to play the game? It's time to play Guess the Object. Object in the anus. Have you guessed? Have you guessed what it is? Here's another close-up of it. What's that? An egg? No, it's not an egg. Was it a Tamagotchi? No. It's not a Tamagotchi. Right. Anyway, the 14-year-old from Australia decided to push a golf ball into his anus, like you do. I've often looked at a golf ball and thought, do you know what? I want to push that into my bottom. No one's ever thought that. But anyway, they struggled to get him out. They gave him laxatives, and it just weren't happening. And here's an artist's impression. See, look. See, and there he's peeking around there, going, "Cooey!" Because a whole new means a hole in one, doesn't it? Yeah. They even tried to use what looks like a fly swat. That is a medical net, and that is an instrument that doctors use. Or I suppose you could use it as a tea strainer. Yeah. They even used a suction cup, a quad prong grasper, and a balloon catheter in an attempt to get it out. Look. But it was stuck fast. But yeah, they managed to. They gave up aggressive interventions. Yeah, but eventually they gave him because again they gave him laxatives to begin, right, and it didn't work. And then they tried the physical removal, and that didn't work. So he had all manner of items shoved up his bottom. I wonder if he minded that. And eventually I gave him 1 litre of laxatives. 1 litre. Reminds me of that scene in The Young Ones. Where Vivian wants to know if Rick's going to die of a laxative overdose. And yeah, but after 1 litre of laxatives, they managed to successfully evacuate the golf ball 3 hours later. That was reported in case reports in Surgery Journal. One of our favourite bedtime reads, that is. But don't worry. It's a sad day. Everyone put on your black armbands. This is the story of an Edgar Guray, right? He's an American TikToker, right? Have I got a picture of him? Here he is. He looks happy. I wonder how long. Oh no. What happened to him? Well, anyway, he was taking a trip. Right, taking a trip to the Cabo Rojo cliffs near. There's a lighthouse there. This is in Puerto Rico, and they reckon here is the cliffs. It looks quite magnificent. They reckon he was doing, I don't know, some sort of TikTok-y thing or taking a photo, and unfortunately he fell off. Yeah, he fell 70 foot to his death. His cousin warned him he was too close to the edge, and they found his body later in an underwater cave. Dear. That's not good, is it? Meanwhile, where are we? What have we got? This is the story of Colossal Biosciences. It's a company, really. It sounds like a villain from a superhero movie. Colossal Biosciences. When you hear what they're going to do, you'll probably think they are. They've received $150 million for a project in which they are going to try and revive the dodo. Yeah, they plan to de-extinct the dodo more than 350 years after it was wiped out from the island of Mauritius in the 17th century. They've already they've already successfully sequenced the flightless bird's entire genome last year, which again helps them create or recreate this fella. Yeah, the dodo. Now, I don't know. I've seen enough horror movies to know this isn't a good thing. But yeah, they're gonna bring it back and implant an embryo, and it's not that we can, it's whether we should, isn't it? No, it had its chance, but that's good news to the quoll. What's a quoll? Well, the quoll is this little fella here. This little fella. Now he's thinking, that's great. If they can bring back the dodo, they might be able to bring back me, he's saying. Because Australian scientists have investigated why the male northern quoll, right, are dying out. That could lead to the extinction of the species. It's because the male northern quoll are basically shtumping themselves to death. Yes, because they sacrifice sleep in favour of having sex. And scientists reckon, they're looking for the quoll, reckon that this lack of sleep may be responsible for their early deaths, and the marsupial is endangered over it. Tracking the activity of the marsupials, Research found a lack of rest during the breeding system may contribute to the mass yearly die-off of males. This is in the Royal Society Open Science Journal, and found that male quails rested only for 8% of the time, while females spent 3 times as long, 24% of the time resting. So there you go. Dr. Christopher Clementi, study co-author and senior lecturer in animal ecophysiology at USC, said the males who invested all this energy into looking for females. Is that what they're calling it? And because that's how they maximise their reproductive output, but they're just not resting in between. But they can't quite tell if sleep deprivation is the culprit. But it would account for the gradual deterioration and eventual die-off of the males, because they start to lose their fur, they start not to be able to groom themselves, they lose weight, and they're constantly fighting with each other as well. Sounds like they're just continually randy. And yeah, I think that's the animal story. It's a rather bit of a sadder animal story, but I think we'll end it there. The poor quoll. Oh, and lunch is ready. Anyway, let's see. There's only 7 people in. No one's interested today. Peter's in. What's my thought on David Crosby? He's dead. I'm still here. And Andrew's in. And he says, I got the Ganimals box set. Should be coming very soon. Oh, we'll enjoy it. I don't really care for David Crosby, Crosby, Stills and Nash and all that weak-arsed nonsense. Not my kind of thing. It's American crap, so I don't really care for it. And that's all the Crosby, Nils, Stash, Nash, Stash and Yash and Wash and Cash fans alienated. And I'm gone because the dog's crying and my lunch is ready. Dog cam. Let's do some dog cam. Can we do dog cam? Dog cam and guitar. Dog cam. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Layla, sit. Roll over. Bark. Where's the ball? That got a response. That was the news. That was the news. Killing the channel. One video at a time. You know, you've got to drink it up.